What's up, friends on the YouTubes? Thought I'd do another video about the HR 127 gun bill presented by Sheila Jackson Lee, a Democrat congressperson from Texas, believe it or not. Anyway, she's presenting a gun bill that's got all kinds of crazy things in it. Any rifle that has a pistol grip is illegal. Any rifle that has a barrel shroud so you don't burn your hand, that's what it actually says in the bill. Any rifle that has a barrel shroud so that you won't burn your hand is illegal. Forward grip, totally illegal. Magazines that hold more than 10 rounds, illegal. You're going to have to tell the government how many guns you have, how much ammo you got too. You got to report how much ammo you have. If you get caught with a 30 round magazine, that's a felony. That's a gun crime. Even pistols that hold more than 10 rounds are going to be considered assault weapons. So you'll have to report every gun you got. You'll have to get a license to own these guns. It'll have to be a federal license. It's going to cost hundreds of dollars. Then you'll have to register each gun, and you'll have to pay hundreds of dollars for each gun. So when you have people with several guns, what that means is you're going to have thousands of dollars incurred for these guns. And if you're going to have a stamp, like you have to have a stamp now for a silencer. You'll have to have a stamp for all your amenities for your guns. You know, like your magazines. If you have a magazine that holds over 10 rounds, you have to have a stamp for that one magazine. So if you got 5, you're going to have 5 stamps. Now, I don't know how much it's going to cost. Ain't no telling what the license will cost. Everything else is federal. Cost out the yin-yang. Now, this Sheila Jackson Lee, she described it. She held an AR weapon and said that it was as heavy as 10 moving boxes. And she wished she'd have never picked it up. It was as heavy as 10 moving boxes. And that no weapon should ever shoot a 50 caliber bullet. Now, as most of you know, this woman's very ignorant to what she's talking about. She's very ignorant. She doesn't know that a AR rifle weighs between 7 and 8 pounds, according to which accoutrements you put onto it. You know, you can put all kinds of attachments to an AR weapon, and she doesn't know that an AR weapon shoots a 22 caliber, not a 50 caliber round. 50 calibers almost like artillery. I mean, it's made for shooting through engine blocks and stuff. It's really kind of an anti-personnel round. Whereas it's not an anti-personnel round. It's it's made for taking out equipment. 50 caliber. Whereas a 22 caliber, that's kind of an anti-personnel round. It's a smaller round made to neutralize a human enemy. So she doesn't understand anything about weapons, yet this person's allowed to present this radical bill, HR 127, to Congress to try to get it passed. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion, just like the whole impeachment hearing, I think a lot of Democrats are going to jump ship on this. They'll see it for what it is, just a bill that's going to, it will turn a lot of people against the Democratic Party. The Democrats, I'm telling you, you guys can do better than this. I mean, y'all are smarter than this. You can do better than this. Why should Americans have to pay for something that's already a right? Why should we have to pay money for something that we're already guaranteed by the Constitution to have? So if somebody has more than one gun, if somebody's poor and they own a gun, they can't afford all that. So you're imposing laws, you're putting hurdles onto the average guy to basically keep him from owning a firearm. You are trying to take away his Second Amendment rights. I mean, you might like it, you might hate it. It doesn't matter if you like it or hate it. It's written in the book. That's the Constitution. You can't take away the Constitution. But you guys have already taken away a lot of freedom of speech. So why not? Let's just move on to the Constitution. I mean, now we figured out that we can get rid of one thing, the First Amendment, and nobody will say anything. Nobody will leap too hard. Now let's just move on to the Second Amendment. Let's see what they'll do. They're just going to keep pushing till they take even more. They're going to take away your right to privacy. They're going to take away your right to search and seizure. Illegal search and seizure. I mean, they're going to take away everything they can, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's going to hurt the Democratic Party. It's going to turn a lot of people against them. It'll red pill a bunch of people. And I just can't understand it. Anyway, that's my opinion on that. I think we all should write our congressperson, because there's a lot of Democrats that own guns too, that don't have the kind of money that this is going to take. Even if you're a Democrat, if you want to be able to protect yourself, you're not going to be able to without spending a whole bunch of money. It's crazy. Another thing they're trying to do is they're trying to fix it to where you have to tell them where the guns are stored in your house and how they're stored. In other words, they're going to regulate how you store them. If there's anybody in your house that's got some kind of legal problems, or anybody that they could say is under suspicion, they can keep you from having your weapon, even if you got it locked up in the house. And they're going to put you on a national registry so that it'll be made known to the public how many guns you got, where they're at in your house. I mean, how would you like knowing that some would-be burglars are casing a neighborhood and they look at this house and say, yeah, that house right there, they got 12 guns in there. High-dollar guns, some Weatherby's, or whatever they call it, Weatherby's. I don't know. Some expensive hunting rifles. They'll be able to get it. They'll be able to get it off the internet. Whenever we outlaw guns, whenever we make guns illegal, the only people that's going to have guns are going to be the bad guys that don't care anyway. So you're going to strip us of any lethal protection that we have against people that would otherwise do us harm. Shame on you, Democrats. Shame on you, Sheila Jackson Lee. You ignorant old woman. You don't know what you're doing. Keep in mind, all of these people, they have security details. They have these guys that are very well-trained military men that carry guns. They're ex-military usually, and they carry guns. Fully automatic, most of them do. So this is, I mean, they don't care. They got their lethal protection following them around for free. But they're more than perfectly happy to take it away from you. Rules for thee, but not for me. And that's all I got to say about that. Have a great day.